Have you seen or heard of the UTK Elf?
I have, yes.
Yeah, I've seen him. I
Yeah.
walked by him once or twice, yeah.
Yes. I do know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I remember the candy canes.
Yeah.
I've seen him around, but I haven't specifically spoken to him or interacted with him. He usually stands around down here by the steps in front of the library here in Humanities, but I have not directly interacted with him, no.
What was your favorite costume that you've gotten to see him wear?
I liked the elf one just because I'd never seen it before, but the Easter Bunny is pretty solid.
And I thought the elf one was pretty good, though.
Definitely the Easter Bunny outfit.
Yes.
Yeah, no, definitely the Easter Bunny outfit.
Oh man, definitely the Care Bear. That's been the funniest because you're just trying to get to your classes and you see the dude dressed up as a giant walking bear. So,
What do you think about him spreading community positivity this way?
I think it's great. I think it's that he's not only spreading positivity but awareness, and I knew that voting was going on, but then him just doing that also is helping making more students aware to vote for everything, stuff like that.
yeah, I mean, he's just having fun with it and he's doing his own little thing, and I mean, I really commend him for that. He's doing something. I don't even think he's asked for any approval or he's had to do anything related to a class, and he's taking the initiative to do something, and I really commend that and I respect it.
I don't know how someone going out and passing out candy and just trying to be nice, optimistic is a bad thing.
Have you ever thought of doing something similar yourself or spread community awareness in any way?
Yeah, I would like to. I guess I'm too shy.
I have a lot of credit hours I usually take, so I'm pretty busy myself and doing a lot of school. But if I did have the opportunity and the inspiration like he does, I totally would.
Welcome back to Vol Talk. I'm your host, Ali La Rosa. Today, we're here with Colin Zimmer, also known as UTK Elf. Thanks for being here, Colin.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be able to be with you talking about what the heck I'm doing and just everything that I have created and everything that this has become. So thank you for having me.
Of
I
course.
appreciate it. It means a lot.
So the first question I want to ask, and the viewers probably want to know as well, is why are you dressed in a bunny costume?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, I kind of just showed up like this to the studio. No, I was like, hey, no. So I'm just like a bunny because it's the third part to me dressing up like an elf for Christmas. And I love doing this for holidays. I love spreading some love. This has been an operation I've been working on for the last 2 months since Valentine's Day. So I'm so glad that I'm able to be the bunny and that this has been a successful adventure.
Yes.
Successful day.
Yeah, so you mentioned the UTK Elf. How'd you get started with that?
Man, the UTK Elf, it goes back to my high school days. So December 10th of 2021, I was helping out with this thing called Shop with the Trojan back in my high school. It's where you get a group of your friends together, you raise money, and then you go shop with kids in need all day, or families in need. It's this whole event. So Santa couldn't make it to that event, so they invited an elf, and that elf was me.
That's awesome.
So that was the first time I used the onesie. And I went around hugging all the kids, hugging the parents, hugging my friends, and it just felt so good. So I could just be myself. I could just love people like I love to do. And then that night I went back to the drawing board and was like, I love having this elf onesie on. So how could I use this for more? And that's when I came up with the idea of what if I dressed like an elf, buy a ton of candy canes, a very signature candy of Christmas time. And what if I bring my speaker to school and just give all the candy canes away? So I bought 600 that day.
Oh, wow.
To give away during all of finals week, which was that next week. And then that's kind of was the origin of how I started this elf adventure of just loving to give candy canes away and loving to play music and just shed love.
Yes, so you did this all by yourself with your own money, and nobody was forcing you to do this, you just wanted to do it?
Oh yeah. Back in high school, this was a very spontaneous idea, of course. People knew me as kind of a crazy guy who would do very spontaneous things. And so I just did it. I showed up to school one day. My principal loved it. It was just such a great experience.
That's great. Were you ever nervous before you got started? How are people going to react to this?
So in high school, I was freaked out. I'm walking into this high school with the elf onesie on, with a huge speaker and a bunch of candy canes. You never know how that could go. That could be like everyone's gonna laugh at you, or they're like, "I love this dude. Like this guy's so cool." And then that kind of goes into college, how this whole thing came into my college life.
Yes.
Since that December, I knew that I wanted to bring into college, but I was scared for my life. I was like, no, I can't do it. And I said I can't do it for a while. And then Christmas time finally came, and I just sit back and was like, do I want to do this? Because I had the elf onesie. I brought it to college with me. And I was like, do I really want to do this to me? Do I really want to try this? And so that it was like December, I forgot the exact day. It was like December like 8th, 9th. I went to this Christmas party, and I put the elf onesie on. And exactly when I put this elf onesie on, all those memories came back of just spreading love. And I was like, I can do this now. Like, I got this. So that was when I knew I could do it. And then that Sunday came, that following Sunday. And that was the night I was like, I'm doing it. So I went to go buy 1,000 candy canes at Target that night at like 11 p.m.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, this is happening. I'm going to do it tomorrow and just see how it goes. I'm like freaked out. But so I show up the next day in the elf onesie. I'm just walking around holding my big candy cane bag. I only brought my small speaker out because I didn't want to be too obvious.
Yeah.
So I go into the CSE and just fall asleep. I just take a nap. I'm like, I can't do this. I was afraid. I was like procrastinating on top of procrastinating.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do it. Like, no, I want to back out, but also I can't back out because there's an elf guy walking around campus. You can't really hide that much. So then after I took a nap, I was like, I got this. So I went at the bottom of the hill and just started to pick people out. And that's when it started to pick up. And people saw me hitting one out, came over, and it just kind of blew up from that point.
Yeah.
That's kind of the story of it.
So as a freshman, were you more intimidated, or did you have like a game plan, or you just YOLO'd it?
Like, I just YOLO'd it. That's a lot of things I do. I'm just like, YOLO, let's just do it.
It's
just,
a great...
I only live once, just say yes.
Exactly. It's a great motto to live by.
But was I afraid for my life? Yes. I was scared. I was just afraid that, I wouldn't say like my age really played a part. It's more of the amount of people I was about to have to deal with. It's like going from 2,000 in high school to 30,000 on a enormous college campus.
For sure.
Like, I mean, why would an 18-year-old want a candy cane?
Yes.
But I learned that they want candy canes.
They do, for sure. Especially during exam weeks, give them anything.
Give them anything and they'll love it. And I mean, I would love a candy cane, so I was hoping that they would be the same as me.
Yeah. So from that event, do you think that it was a success, or?
Oh my gosh, that was the elf thing was probably such a bigger success than I could ever imagine. It's like I expected, okay, I'll just do like 1,000 and that'll last me the whole week. I'll be good. People will be like, cool, I got a candy cane. But then as the days went by, I just blew up. It's like that day I ran out of 1,000 candy canes. That night I bought 1,000 more. The next day I ran out again, went back to Target, bought 1,000 more. And then by that Wednesday, the UTK Knoxville social media interns came out, and they made this TikTok of me. And that was kind of the start of my entrance into social media and becoming more than just like this guy who's dressed like an elf. And from that, I got an interview with Max Thompson. From that, I blew up even more.
I bet.
And at some point, I realized I ended up buying 8,000 candy cans. Max Thompson also started this GoFundMe for me that raised $1,100 in one day. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
This is like this is not possible.
That's crazy.
$1,100 in 24 hours is unbelievable. It's like crazy. I'm so thankful for all this happening to me. And just that people have said things to me that really like, it's a reason why I keep doing it. It's like, thank you for making this feel more like home to me. Thank you for giving me a little Christmas spirit during finals week. Thank you for giving me that hug on the strip at 2 a.m, which that was a whole another adventure.
Yes.
But just the success was insane. I could not have imagined being in this position. Like, I would never imagine I would be a Easter bunny after that elf thing. Like, this is my 3rd time doing this.
Yes.
And it's really crazy to see what I have created. I'm so thankful for all the love I've gotten.
Well, I know everybody here on campus is so thankful that you're doing this and bringing that nostalgic feeling back to the holidays. And I know you mentioned this is your 3rd time doing it, so what did you do for your 2nd time?
So after the elf thing finished, I knew I wanted to look into the future.
Okay.
Because it was so much fun. I loved the smiles it brought people. Just those random acts of kindness that it brought meant so much to me.
Yes.
And I have a social media platform, and I knew I wanted to make it more than just a one-time thing. So I looked towards Valentine's Day, because it's a day of love, but also a day of a lot of loneliness.
Yes.
Because it's just a day of a lot of heartbreaks and love. So I wanted to provide some type of love to people that might not feel that love from anyone else. And so I decided I went to the drawing board. I was like, what can I dress up as? Of course, there's the obvious one, Cupid. But who wants to see a guy shirtless in underwear all day with a bow? That's just, I could not do that to myself. I wanted to keep the same theme, so I went with a Tender Heart Care Bear.
Okay.
Which is a big teddy bear with a heart on its chest. And it was kind of the same theme I wanted to do. I'm just being very lovable. That was kind of my goal of it. And I gave away lollipops with affirmations, was what I did for that. And that was 3,000 over 3 days, was kind of what I decided to do. And then that was a massive success. One thing that the bear thing, the Valentine's Day and the Christmas thing really differed was how much more personal the Valentine's Day thing got. Because thank you to Max Thompson for really getting people to know who I am as Colin and not just the elf. That's something that he really pushed onto people to make sure this is Colin the elf, not just the elf.
Yes.
And because of that, the Valentine's Day thing got really personal. Like, people would come up to me and be like, hey, Colin, how are you doing? Hey, Colin, thank you.
That's amazing.
That's just not something I saw doing the elf thing, because people just did not know me like that.
Yes.
So the conversations really got more intimate in that way. And then also another big thing for Valentine's Day was I did free hugs, which I started to do with the elf thing, but that was when I really went into it fully and did the hug thing. And that was amazing. I mean, I love doing the Valentine's Day thing. And it was really such an honor and blessing to be able to have that platform, be able to put myself out there and just show love. Because that's what I'm all about.
That's great. That's amazing. Do you think that as Colin, you feel this pressure to be a positive influence more, or do you think that's just more of how you are as a person?
I've thought about that question. That's something that I definitely thought about, as I'm getting tens of thousands of views on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's definitely a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, and do I feel a pressure to fit this type of role? I mean, I've thought about that, but I think a lot of it just goes back to that's just who I am. I mean, I'm just the guy that I love to get out of my comfort zone and just try and do things that maybe people don't expect or don't always happen. And that's something I do with my club a lot, which is a mental health awareness organization. It's called Sources of Strength, shameless plug, but it's just trying to do unique things that people might not really expect or might not expect a college kid to do, a college organization to do. And I think at the end of the day, my goal is just to love people. And I think that pressure, I don't really feel that pressure because I just want to do everything I can to love people. And I think that's really what it comes down to, is just trying my best as a person, trying my best as Colin, trying my best as the elf Valentine's Day thing, Easter Bunny, just to spread that love.
Yes, you're doing a great job. And honestly, like everybody here on campus, so like I said, so grateful for you doing this, especially during the holidays, but just in general, it's crazy how one act of kindness can bring more awareness to more things of kindness. And like you said, you have your club and you're doing other things. What other things are you a part of?
So kind of like what I was saying, my club, that's kind of like my baby. It's a mental health club that I founded back in September. September 28th was like when I had the baby, which was my club. It's just a club I've seen grow, and just watching it grow up is like watching a child grow up, and watching people actually know me through my club is something that I'm so happy about, because I want people to know there's people who care about them. There's a group of students who just want to love people. And I mean, that's just been such an awesome club to run, taught me so much about leadership and how to run a club like that. I'm also currently in a student government campaign. I'm running for student services director with the volunteer union campaign. And that whole campaign has taught me, we run a lot on like inclusion, integrity, and progression. And really inclusion is the main thing that I have focused on with everything I do, trying to make people feel more like they have a home on Rocky Top, making Rocky Top feel like home for all of us. Because I mean, after all, that's kind of the song that we always sing, Rocky Top, home sweet home to me. But how real is that? And I want to make that feel as real to people as I can.
Right.
And I have loved the campaign. It's taught me a lot about, I've met so many different people. And I mean, even if I don't win the election, it has still taught me so much about how this goal works. Gave me so many connections, gave me people to talk to.
Yes.
So definitely vote. I mean, voting also just shows that the students care about the student body. The students care about the student government.
It's true.
So they can make an impact even more. So that's kind of, and then I'm also involved in like CEB issues committee. A lot of the things I do is around, I guess, trying to create an environmental love is a lot what I do.
Yes.
What I'm involved with. I'm in Beta Upsilon Chi, that's my fraternity. Just trying to spread love with my brothers and trying to do outreach to like sororities, other fraternities. That's been a big goal of mine, because I can reach so many people so fast, and to try and spread love to all those people is a huge goal of mine.
It's a great goal.
So I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I'm involved with. Just trying to create an environmental love is kind of what I try and do in everything that I do.
Yes.
Just trying to love people. Is what I would say that
Yeah.
is why I'm involved in so much.
For sure. So I know you mentioned you had connections while being the Easter Bunny, the Care Bear, and the Elf. Who was the most interesting person you met?
Oh my gosh. The most interesting from like a standpoint of like who has helped me the most would probably be, I met with the North Atlanta alumni chapter social media person who came up for a basketball game. I mean, he has helped me a lot with my Easter Bunny stuff, and just he says anything I need, reach out to him. So they donated half the eggs that I have for the Easter Bunny.
Oh, wow.
And he got me in contact with Chattanooga alumni, which sent me all the candy I've used. So really helped me financially. He has helped me a ton. Donnie Plowman was an interesting one.
For sure.
I got a call after my final during Christmas. I came out of the math final and was like, yeah, Donnie wants to meet with you. I was like, what? And then I ran into Nico by complete accident, the 5-star football recruit. And I ran into him by complete accident in the elf onesie. And his mom wanted him to take a photo with me. Is kind of what I tell people. I'm like, yeah, his mom was like, buddy. And then his mom was like, you should take a photo with him. I was like, okay. So that just happens. This 5-star
She was
cube.
starstruck as well.
Yeah, I was in shock. I was like, I can't process it while it's happening.
Yeah.
Like his dad was like, you know who this is? And I was like, yeah, but I wasn't going to say, I think.
Yes.
Then interesting from the other standpoint of like strange interactions I've had. During my Christmas thing, being the elf, I went on the strip over the weekends, from like midnight to 4 in the morning.
Oh.
And I don't drink, so I was just out there walking between
Yes.
bars. That was so strange. I mean, just so much has happened.
Oh, I bet.
Like drunk people falling on top of me. I got asked if I gave free kisses from someone.
Oh, wow.
Just like strange interactions that it was still a lot of fun though. I mean,
Yes.
it's just one of those things. It's just like,
Yeah.
wow.
You still spread love just in a different
Yeah,
way.
it was interesting. Drunk people love hugs. Drunk guys love hugs. A lot of drunk guys love to have hugs.
Really?
Yeah, that's the one thing I've noticed. But yeah, that's kind of the most interesting people I've met from both sides of the spectrum.
That's great.
But yeah.
So going forward, do you have any upcoming plans, or what do you see for the future of this?
Man, for the future. So the UTK Elf will come out with merchandise soon. That's something that I'm working on behind the scenes. I'm trying to not only like give merchandise, like I want to spread love to you guys through merchandise, through like cute artworks, through stickers, t-shirts, and also to just help me fund what I want to do. Because at the end of the day, this is expensive.
It is.
And I only know so many people right now. So using that, I can spread love through my merchandise and also keep doing what I love doing. And that's kind of one thing I want to do with it. I want to eventually grow it to a point that I can sell merchandise to donate to nonprofits. Really want to get to that point.
Yes.
I want to donate to nonprofits and then also help fund what I'm doing. And also just do more things, more like simple things, I guess.
Yes.
I still want to like brand under the UTK Elf. Like I want to hold a sign up and do free hugs, and just kind of that type of stuff.
That's amazing.
Now for the next big event, I don't know yet. I've been thinking about doing ice pops for finals week.
Okay.
I don't know what I would dress up as. Maybe like just a bathing suit.
Yeah.
And a like
Surfer dude.
Scuba diver. That'd be a funny one.
Hawaiian tourist.
Hawaiian,
just
yeah.
Get a lay.
Yeah.
Get the sunscreen on your nose.
Oh,
The typical.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. But,
Yeah.
that's kind of the future of it. Just kind of going with. I just want to be able to use this to spread love. Keep just loving people.
That's amazing.
Using my platform to do as much good at UT as possible.
That's great. So for my last question I want to ask is, what advice would you give to somebody who wants to start something like this or wants to just spread kindness? Man,
that's a tough question. So I've always, I grew up watching this YouTube channel called Yes Theory. And they have this slogan called Seek Discomfort. And a lot what I do is around that. I've kind of taken that under my own arms and kind of adapted it to the things I do. Just saying yes to anything you can. If you have a crazy idea, just say yes.
Yes.
Because if I said no once, I would not be in the position I am. And just saying yes and just getting out of your comfort zone intentionally through meeting people, through saying hi to people, meeting random people eating lunch.
Yes.
Giving hugs to people, all that, just say yes, just do it, just try it out, and if it doesn't go well, you can switch it up for the next time you do it. Because I mean, every time I put a new onesie on, I question if this is gonna go as well as the last one, but it always does, and that's one thing that I've learned is this is gonna go just as well. I don't need to worry about it. But there's still some type of anxiety that I get from it.
Yes.
Which I guess is unavoidable when you put a onesie on and walk outside your dorm.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah, it's bound to happen. It's like, what am I doing with my life? But then I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I'm just spreading love. I mean, that's what I'm all about. So I guess that's one of my biggest advice. And if you ever want to come talk to me, you can find me through a bunch of stuff. Come come to a club meeting at, you can follow us at UTK Sources of Strength. And just kind of, I'm all over the place. I do a lot at the JCLS if you want to come find me. Come find me on Ped Walkway. I'm probably on it doing some other outrageous idea that I had doing. I like to go big with my ideas and attempt to pull it off.
You definitely have attempted to pull it off.
This thing I did not think I was going to pull off for a while.
Why? It's like the Easter Bunny.
It's just getting like the donations, getting the eggs,
Right.
packing the eggs, because it's not easy to pack 3,000 eggs.
No, I bet it's not.
I had to get 5 of my friends for 4 hours to pack all these eggs.
Wow.
So yeah, this one is probably my most expensive event. Just I'm thankful for the donations. So for me, it's not as bad.
Yes.
Because I don't think I could afford to do this just by myself.
Right.
So I'm very thankful for the support I've been given.
Yes. Well,
yeah, it's Kev.
we're very glad that someone like you has this platform and is doing something the right way and spreading kindness just through a candy cane, an affirmation with a lollipop, and now the Easter eggs. And I just think it's really great what you're doing, and it's great that you're a role model for kindness, and you're only a freshman, so can't wait to see what you're going to do by the end of your senior year.
Yeah, I know, and I'm so excited to see where this goes, where this takes me.
Yes.
Because I mean, we're not even a semester in, really, if you consider from December. It's crazy. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to see the connections I can get, the partnerships I can get.
Yes.
To just make things as big and as impactful as possible.
Yes.
Because I just want to give people stuff, and that's kind of what I'm all about. I've also learned a lot through this whole experiment. Whole experience.
Yes.
Just the power of a candy cane. And that's I could give a whole TED Talk on that, from the things I've learned from giving people candy canes. Because the candy cane kind of symbolizes an act of kindness to me.
It does.
Just like that candy cane, when I hand someone a candy cane and an egg, a lollipop, is just the smile that they have on their face.
Yes.
It's just such a simple thing, but it's so he thought of me, he appreciates me. It's a sign of appreciation. And just giving that one thing to someone is so powerful. So just doing that one act of kindness to anyone really makes them feel loved, feel like they belong. And I think that's really one thing I want to try and create in these next 4 years, looking really far ahead.
Yes.
Is a campus that feels like a family. Because I want to unite people in ways that maybe people haven't done before me. Like if you see someone else with an Easter egg, you're like, oh, we got it from the same guy.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I got this candy cane from this guy.
Yes.
And that's just a way to connect people. It's like you can talk about, oh, where did you get the candy cane? Where did you get the egg? What candy did you get in the egg? And I think that's just what's so awesome about this whole thing is it just makes people so happy. And I just want people to know that you're loved, there's a place for you on this campus, and that you belong. And I'm excited to see just how much love I can create and how I can inspire other people to create that love on other campuses, on other ways on this campus.
Yes.
Because I just want people to just have a drive to love people. And that's kind of the root of this.
Yes. Well, here at Vol Talk, we're very excited to see where you go with this. And that's all the time we have for today. Colin, thanks for coming. Join us next time for another episode.
Thank you, guys.